This text is from an article from the Times newspaper on the 21st of December 2024, written by John Boothman and Alex Massie, and entitled Alex Salmond Affair: What Does the Scottish Government Have to Hide?
The former First Minister's death came before his court case against the government was settled, but his allies are determined to pursue the legal action.
When Alex Salmond lost his seat in the House of Commons at the 2017 general election, he signed off with a quotation from Sir Walter Scott's poem Bonnie Dundee, and "Tremble false wigs, in the midst of your glee. You have not seen the last of my bonnet and me." 2 months on from the former First Minister's death, his spectre continues to stalk the Scottish government that he once led. The decision on whether to continue with the court action Salmond launched against the government now rests with his family. His parliamentary friends and supporters at Holyrood and Westminster alike are keen for Salmond's action alleging misfeasance in public office to carry on. Only by exhausting every avenue available can the truth of the Salmond affair be settled once and for all. Alex Salmond told me on numerous occasions he had hard evidence, including documentation, of a conspiracy against him involving certain people in the Scottish government and in the SNP. Alex Neil, the former health secretary, said. Like others, Neil believes that Alex's overriding motivation in taking the Scottish government to court again was to clear his name and restore his reputation in full. Although Salmond is dead and Nicola Sturgeon has retreated to the backbench, opposition MSPs believe government ministers must still explain themselves. They point, in particular, to John Swinney, noting that the First Minister has a history of keeping the government's secrets safe. He more than any other minister has created the culture of secret Scotland, Jackie Baillie, the deputy leader of the Scottish Labour Party, alleges. Last week David Hamilton, the Scottish Information Commissioner, wrote to John Paul Marks, the outgoing permanent secretary to the Scottish government, deploring what he deemed was the government's attempt to thwart freedom of information laws and mislead both the commissioner and the public. Ministers, Hamilton decided, had stonewalled his inquiries in ways that, it could be argued, were deliberate and issued statements which misrepresented the facts. Hamilton also drew attention to what he called some factual discrepancies between the original submissions received by my office and the position as later ascertained by the ministers. Salmond's friends, and even some of his erstwhile political enemies, ask a simple but piercing question: what does the government have to hide?